need to get this thing pushed into the garage, and you know, here we are. Gotta love old cars. I maybe made it 5 inches. Couldn't go any farther. Not stuck on anything, so I jacked up the front. And this wheel is just not happy about life. It's not happy. So, I think it's just rusty. I mean, it's been sitting for who knows how long this has been down. If it could drive right now, it might fix itself. Just driving it around the neighborhood and getting the brakes working again. So I can get another person, see if maybe 2 people can push it and break it loose. I could push it with the banana and a tire in between, or we can get drastic. Maybe the wheel cylinder's sticking. Maybe we let out the bleeder screw and maybe that would help. Don't really want to do that. Maybe I pull the wheel off, pull the drum off, start looking at stuff there. We're going to try to push it first with another person, and we'll give it a go with the banana. Banana's been eyeballing this thing anyway. We got to think of a name for this. I don't know what we're going to call it. We'll think of something. Let's get this thing in the garage. Unconventional tactics. It does sort of move microscopically when I kick it. But only if I'm kicking it. It's too big to fit in the garage because the Monty's back there. And it's bigger than the El Camino. So, you know, we're gonna put some dollies on it, and maybe we can even turn this sideways in here. I don't know. Let's try it. Alrighty, guys. It's in the garage. It's quite a bit longer than the El Camino. So the Monty and the Ventura here would not fit facing each other. Man, I'm still out of breath, I'm sorry. However, we were able to push it in with the tire and the El Camino, get it as close as we could. Then I got it on custom dollies so we could actually push it around, and you know, now we got it angled in the garage. Now it's not going to stay here forever. As I said earlier, I've got an intake, valve covers, and a carburetor coming. But now it's in the garage because now it's starting to rain. You know, we can work on the fuel system. So, God willing, assuming those parts arrive during the week, next weekend, we can actually get this thing fired up, drive out of here under its own power. I don't know when the last time this thing actually drove under its own power was, but I'm going to guess it's been a while. Quite a while. How hard those wheels were to turn. Probably really quite a while. So that's going to be a good feeling, actually, getting it running again. In the meantime, I'll give you a walk around here. So, I mean, I kind of had to just kind of push all of that stuff over. Oh, my camera was zoomed in. Okay. So I can still get around, but it is a little inconvenient having a giant Pontiac in the way. But I can get around on both sides. I actually have quite a bit of room right here to work. I pushed the 454 on the run stand kind of back with its little 350 cousin back there. Had I been thinking a little more clearly, I would have put more stuff back here in the back. And I do got room to get to the gas tank here. I don't have a small garage, but I also don't have a big garage either. So I'm going to try to rearrange some of the stuff. Maybe we'll have to sacrifice the front door there. And hey, Monty. And yeah, it took like 2 hours to get this thing in the garage. I was planning to have a gas tank drop today, but you know, I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I can't believe it's even in the garage. But we had to tarp up the Elko because the windshield leaks. Banana don't look half bad when she's wet. And unfortunately, I got all the super important things inside. But unfortunately, it is starting to rain right now. Some of the stuff was dirty. I figured it could use the wash. But we got to get the rest of the stuff in. And man, I really hope that tornado siren is more of a suggestion. We don't really get, I mean, we don't get tornadoes in September, so. Anyway, got a first gen Monty and a 68 Ventura, both in here. Okay, about to drop the tank, but I am slightly worried because I'm seeing new fittings and new fuel lines coming off the tank. So somebody's probably had this tank out before recently. If they were going to drop the tank, you think they would have cleaned it, if that's the problem. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this car is stubborn. It's like the Monte Carlo talked to it last night and said, don't work with this guy. He'll take you apart and never put you back together. You're gonna die. Who knows? You're going back together. It just took a decade. Or maybe the Monte's jealous. I don't know. I can't. The fuel lines came off in like 30 seconds. It was amazing. So I thought, home free, I'm going to drop this tank in less than 20 minutes. Hell no. The bolts for the straps, they're just spinning. I put a wrench on them, put an impact on it, nothing. I tried it with a ratchet first. They will not break loose. Those nuts are just, it's like they're welded. I hit them with PB Blaster. Unfortunately, it's a gas tank. I can't really hit it with heat. So, I mean, I put the lines back on, and negotiation's over. We're cutting it. Okay. Tank's down. You know, a lot of gravel. And, you know, who needs your singing unit to actually be, you know, sealed from all this? I wonder what clogged the gas tank and started causing all these problems. I wonder what it could be. It couldn't be this. I mean, no, that's standard. All right, let's get this unhooked and out. Well, I'm gonna guess this is the reason. I think I said that in the last little video I made, but this was not sealed under there at all. You can tell that's been off forever. I mean, somehow some paper made it down here, but just rocks everywhere. The shiny spots where the foam was glued there, and then the wire actually, no, not that one, the power wire here actually went under that to keep it safe. So I mean, yeah, that is probably what led to this old girl getting parked. And then, you know, as soon as it got parked, that's how she turned into the Rust Queen. Really sad, because I bet this car was pretty solid when it got parked. I mean, this is crazy. This is why. I mean, 20 minutes to get the gas tank out. It didn't take very long. The annoying part was I had to sawzall the two bolts because it was spinning. Those were not coming out, but I mean, most of us learned how to work on cars by, you know, not having the money to go to a shop. Anything's possible, but you ain't never gonna fix it if you just park it and let the car die. So this, the good news is, I mean, this is what they said was the problem, and clearly that's a problem. So we're gonna see what the inside is. I'm gonna get this cleaned up and go from there. Well, we're about 16 pounds lighter without the gravel on it. Let's look inside. Well, oh, that's not pretty. But it's also not as bad as I thought it would be. Well, this is what's coming out of it initially after flipping her upside down. I wouldn't want my engine to run on that. Oh. Oh, that is just nasty. It's nasty. Getting a little late. We're gonna get this gas tank sprayed out. It's finally coming out clear now. Alrighty guys, so we got the Ventura gas tank out, which you saw before. I was sort of pressure washed. You can sort of see some pressure wash lines there. This is where foam pad was, so ignore that. But this section here, I actually hit it with some Lysol for about 10 seconds. Very lightly with the wire wheel. I mean, this is like a minute. And it's sort of hard to tell from down there. But it's quite a bit cleaner than the rest of the tank now. And you can see where I over cleaned on one side. So I'm going to go ahead and try this with the rest and see what this tank looks like. Because since we can't get a new one, we're going to make this look as pretty as possible. Well guys, I think that's it for the day. We got that gas tank out. We pretty much determined we think that's the problem. What stopped it from running. It doesn't look that bad on the inside, so tomorrow we gotta probably clean it out again, clean up the outside, get some vinegar soaking in there for a few days. Seen some other stuff that they've got. I don't know, CLR. I don't know. Something will go in. Something will start working. We're gonna turn the Pontiac into a runner. Well, not a runner, like a fast runner, but a runner like it'll start, a runner like it'll cruise around to the small town car shows. I mean, I might be a little ambitious and naive, but I don't think that this is a super high mileage car. I think I mean, a couple of the other channels you watch and you know, they tell you, look at things like the brake pedal and the gas pedal and the seat and the springs and none of it really looks that worn. It looks like this thing got a bunch of gravel obviously in it. That ring popped off, put it in the fuel tank, made the car stop running. They parked it, it got some flats. All that gravel and salt and everything else they had in there just sat. And she just sat in place and died. She was just slowly dying in place. Alrighty guys, pardon my attire, but I just got off work. So slides is what you're gonna get. Anyway, we got the tank out of here last night. And, you know, it wasn't even sealed in, as we said. All this rock, debris, all this crap got in here. Washed it out as best I could with a hose. And really, it's not that bad inside. But it is. It's pretty bad. And we got a new sending unit. I've seen one like this before, but come to find out, this is a canister sending unit, which I couldn't find a remake of, and I don't really want because they used to fail a lot. But I guess this did keep you from your gas gauge from going all crazy when you were going up and down hills. However, I don't care. So we are going to keep that. It's going to go on the wall of shame. We got some white vinegar. We're going to get that in the bottom of this tank. We've also got some CLR. So I'm going to get that in here. Today, we're going to let this sit for, I don't know, 2-3 days. We're going to see if it eats away any of this crap. And we're going to go from there. Okay. Vinegar's in. All we're going to do, we got that vinegar and CLR. So all we're going to do, I've seen people put bolts and stuff in here. We're not doing that. It looks like a pain to get it out, though. I think I can actually get my arm and wrist in there. Anyway, we're just going to slosh this around a bit. To get a little bit of turbulent flow in there. Yep. Nothing gives it that wonderful car smell like little tree strawberries. Little tree strawberries. The strange tree. It makes your car smell good. Okay. That ought to do it. Yep. It's gonna smell beautiful in here. See that that cleaner is just reacting. We've done a wire brush yet. But it's doing stuff. Now we're going to hit it with the brush. Alright guys, this is round one. Well, this is the end of round one with the toilet bowl cleaner. As you can see, that is actually some shiny metal underneath all that rust. However, we have a long way to go. So I drug it out of the garage. I pressure washed that first layer off to see if I had ever, or if it was even working on this particular application. And it appears that it is. I mean, I also went ahead and put some of that inside the tank with the vinegar and other stuff. Some CLR. So tomorrow we'll see what this stuff does overnight. If it'll actually eat through any more of that rust. If this is as good as it gets. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, I can see metal now at the bottom, but you can still see there's quite a bit of gunk. So we got some more work. Maybe we'll add some more CLR. Maybe we'll see back there, it doesn't look as bad. Oh, we'll add some more CLR, get some more lights too next time we video the inside of this, but we should be able to see results as we break that stuff down.
Break up.
New sending unit for the old Ventura.
In a Ziploc.
A Pontiac Venrusta? I don't know what we're going to call it. We're still working on a name. So if you have a name, like the video, obviously. Subscribe to our channel. But also put the name in the comments. We'd like to hear it. Anyway.
If we use your name, we'll give you credit.
Yeah, if we use your name, we will give you credit. Let me grab the canister real quick. This is what came off of the car, and obviously did not have the locking ring, so that's why it failed, or the locking ring wasn't locked. And I've one of these. Apparently this is a canister style, which from what I've been told, they fail a lot, which is why they no longer make them, but apparently if you were going up or down a hill, your gas gauge wouldn't wobble or something. Anyway, we're going to keep it for nostalgia value, and it's going to go on the wall of shame, which is the failed parts, broken parts that are memorable. This gas tank fell on me with a bunch of rocks and dirt, so it's going to go on the wall of shame. Anyway, new style sending unit, probably of which everybody has seen. Ooh, this one's not going to work because my old one's dual line, this is single. Well, looks like we're getting a new sending unit.
We tried.
We did. But yeah, she's slowly dying in place. Well, she's not dying anymore. Well, she's still dying right now, literally as we speak, until we cut out all this rust, replace all of it, coat everything. I mean, the bottom, I'll get you into there tomorrow or, well, sometime this week. We have frame repair we have to do. Not big, but there's rot there. There's obviously cancer in the body in the lower end. It's gonna suck. I'd almost want to do some gas mileage test when we get it running, and then we'll see how much worse the gas mileage gets when we weld the metal back in. But bottom line, absolutely still love the car. We're gonna make this run one way or another. And like I said, I might be a little naive and ambitious, but you ever see one of these at Power Tour? I haven't. Maybe we'll see this one. Thanks for watching, guys.